everyone. I am solo for the moment, but welcome to Poor Choices. We have a very good show tonight because we are going to be reunited. It has been a long couple of days, weeks, month. Are we at a month? I think we are at a month where myself and Tugs have not actually streamed together since leaving on my initial trip. Actually, it has literally been a month because I'm looking at it now. In August 20th, I believe August 20th, I left. And probably the last time we streamed together was August 16th. So it has been a long time. But, anyways, my name is Extra Girl. Tugs is going to join us shortly from her new studio space. So that's going to be really awesome to see. And tonight we have a good show, and I'm hoping. So we have some plans for the future. Of course, we're going to keep our Wednesdays 9 p.m. slot to do, of course, the sip and chills, which is going to be like very relaxing, kind of talk about articles. But we're going to do, of course, more time in the months where it's going to be more female centric. Now we're gonna split the genders up. We're going to split the genders up. No, more females on that show where we're going to actually talk to more women. And I don't want to call it mom cast. Kind of is like mom cast, but not all the girls that we've had on obviously have had kids. Maybe some dogs, some cats, there and there, here and there. But we're also, of course, doing Dadcast, which we started last week with Culture Casino. We might be doing it on a different day so that we can increase the number of shows. So yeah, it's been 84 years. It hasn't been that long. And we weren't late, maybe by 30 seconds. Maybe by 30 seconds. By the time we were live, it was probably a minute late. So cheers to you guys. This is definitely a sip and chill. Oh my gosh, Andrew, I don't know if I'm going to call it that, but it's a bit too presumptuous. I don't want to put that on people when they come on, but hey, if they are a MILF, then that's on you guys. That is on you guys. But hello, chat. I know it's been a long while. I've been slowing down on streaming, at least for myself, trying to get my life under control so that I can do better for you guys. So yeah, we can call it boobcast. That might not be a bad idea. But I think we're going to keep that time of the month because it is a female experience. A female, woman, girl, all that experience that time of the month. But you guys are going to get it more than once a month. So I'm very sorry for you. I am very sorry for you. Wolfcast? I don't know about that. Dates and Daters. Actually not a bad show name. Dates and Daters. I like it. Mark is in the chat, says, I thought, therefore I was. Hey, Mark is calling us all thoughts. I don't like that. But in any case, while we're waiting for Tugs, so what we are going to do is on Tuesdays, if I can start booking probably in about not next week, but the week after, book guests for Dadcast sequentially week by week, maybe every other week, in our time slot where we game. Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And hopefully that'll be good. So yeah, look forward to the announcements on Twitter and on the channel community section. So yeah, all right, let's get started on some of our topics while we are waiting. Let's see here. We have, I don't want to get too crazy. Not too crazy. But I saw this. And this is something where, like, if you know where I'm thinking, Chris Evans, 42, she's 26. These two got married over the weekend, Chris Evans and Alba Batista. That is a big age gap. Is that okay? I really don't care. I think if you are in love and you want to get married and you make each other happy, you should do what you want. Chat, how do you feel about this? Do you think it's age appropriate? I mean, Chris Evans doesn't strike me as a mature type of guy. Wow. She's too old for Leo DiCaprio. That is absolutely true. 1 year too old. He is he definitely likes them young. What's that saying that guys have? Those like, oh God, it's like so creepy. As I get older, the girls keep getting younger, but they're all the same age. Leo DiCaprio, every year there's always a new batch, and at every 25, he gets rid of them. He gets rid of them. So I feel bad for any girl that dates Leo DiCaprio. You got to know you have an expiration date. You got to know you have an expiration date. Does it really matter if some guy's beard is a lot younger than him? Do we really truly think that Chris Evans is gay, though? I'm going to do a poll. Do you think Chris Evans is gay? I actually don't think he is, personally. I think he has a bad rap. I think he has a horrible rap. Wow. Most of chat thinks he is. Actually, no, it's 50-50. Yeah. It's always someone's 25th birthday. Thank you, Shadow Knight, for drinking with me. I feel like I'm doing an X-Ray Girl unsupervised right now. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. And I love doing reaction content, so welcome. Tara says younger women often go for older men, more experience, more money, more assets, established career. Now, I totally agree with that. But we'll get to that in just a moment because we have no.
I thought you didn't see me, so I was gonna be like, shh, don't say anything, chat.
You covered. 1 second. We need to do it justice. We are back.
Well, back is a strong word because I don't know why I'm so zoomed in, but we know what.
Oh, change your camera 720 to 1080, and it might zoom out again. Which, by the way, oh my God.
Everything is boomer. Listen,
I need from one boomer to another.
Already live and centered. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, but now I'm 480, which is garbage.
No, but you'll go back and then you'll be fine.
That's
be fine.
I guess it's there you go. I can't go into full definition and I don't know why it does this now.
Go back to full definition. See if it does it.
It won't let me do it because I'm already live in 720. I don't know.
It's okay. This is streaming at 720, I believe.
As long as I'm not choppy, this is gonna be seriously a new. I need everybody to tell me honestly if I'm choppy when I stream. When we finally get everything settled, we're so close. But when we finally get everything settled and I'm back on Twitch, I need you guys to be on it because we're working.
You're looking good. Okay? You're looking Thanks. Good. You look clearer than I do. So that's
really
it's
so bright in here. My light is right here. I have my monitor standing straight up vertical over here, and then this. It's looking pretty good. I like my light.
I need a cloth. I don't have a cloth.
A cloth.
My camera. My camera looks dirty compared to yours. Yours looks more crisp than mine. But anyway,
I have really good lighting.
I miss it so much.
I know. I'm sorry. It's been a chaotic 2 weeks.
Too long. Oh, there we go. I cleared up. It's been too long. It's been actually over a month since we streamed together.
I know. It's been over 16. A month since we saw each other, and I missed your face.
I know. So this is a nice moment. I also like that your shirt has a wine glass, and you have a Buc-ee's wine glass. Shut the front door.
It says,
"Come and take it." I will.
Those of you who know the Texas "come and take it" with the cannon. I saw this at Bass Pro, and I was like, I need this shirt. And yeah, I have the Buc-ee's. Duke is using my pass holder one, so I thought I would use the Buc-ee's.
I love it. I need a Buc-ee's wine glass. Anyone in chat, if you are hearing this and you're in Texas,
she needs a Buc-ee's.
Oh my God, so my mother went to I believe Florida or Georgia. I don't remember which state. She probably drove, so she kind of went to both. And she was like, I went to this like crazy store where there was a beaver and there was a where it was like it had everything. And I
And
was
she
like,
didn't bring you
you went
presents?
to Bucky's. She didn't know how much I wanted to go to Bucky's.
Oh, I mean,
When you hear Bucky's, you don't think beaver, like she's not even anywhere near Texas. So it made sense she actually didn't understand how much I like Bucky's. Plus, guys. I have to show you something.
but still, like it's just when you walk in there, even if you don't know anything about it, when you walk into a Bucky's for the first time, like you're like, I want to go shopping here. This is crazy. What is that? What are we looking at?
It's a Bucky's cooler.
Oh, I see it. Where'd you get that?
I got it at the Dallas meetup. A couple with the last their like screen name was Loveless. Got it for me with snacks and treats, and it was so good.
That's amazing.
So, anyways,
I don't even have a Bucky's cooler.
Shout out to that. So I want this wine glass.
Why is there a poll on whether or not Chris Evans is? Why do people think Chris Evans is gay? What's going on?
I was but before you came in, we were looking at this. Casino Culture messaged this to me, and Chris Evans at the age of 42, Alba Batista at 26 got married, and people are outraged.
Oh, people
but
are
y'all
so
need
mad.
you need to just if it's love, it's love. Even if he's gay, it's love.
I love Chris Evans. I've had a huge, I think most of us have, gay, straight, or otherwise, have had a big crush on him for a while. Politics aside, he has been talking about, and I'm a girl, so I follow this stuff because I like celebrities. He has been talking about getting married and settling down. All he's wanted this whole, like for years, is to have a family. He can't find it. Like, it's been so heartbreaking because I think a lot of us can relate. He's watched all of his friends get married and have babies. He's the only one in the Avengers cast that was single and didn't have kids. That's all he wanted. And now he's finally found somebody and they got married within a year. And I'm so happy for
People
him.
are mad.
I love him. And I'm so happy for him. I think that is, I mean, I heard the news and I was so excited for him. I don't know him personally, but I'm so happy for him. And you know what? She's an adult, so calm down. Relax.
Exactly.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but leave it there.
As soon as I said it, I was like, they're gonna just assume I'm drunk, which I am. So it's all good. I'm just living up to my name. Let's see. Nick asked for $4.99. Says, "You're right, Tugs. Why is there a poll? He is obviously gay.
God. He's not gay. His brother is gay. His brother is gay. He has a brother, and his name I can't think of right now. And he's very sweet, but he's very gay.
2/3 think he's gay. The only person that matters in knowing if he's gay or not is his wife or his boyfriend if he has one.
I saw so many people being like, I thought Chris Evans was gay. Why? He's very openly dated people, like women. Like, what are you talking about?
I think he's just so pretty. That's the problem. He's too pretty. Also, hello, Epic Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And the other people have come in. Thank you. I didn't say hi to you. I apologize. But
sorry for being late and also gay.
Yeah, like just like Chris Evans. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Chris Evans.
Poor Chris Evans.
Shadow Knight for $2 says, "You ladies are 28 and 26. Stop the boomer rhetoric." Sure, we'll go with that. Cheers. Thank you so much, Shadow Knight.
I actually was talking to Allie in Instagram DMs. I can't remember what I messaged her. I messaged her something, or anyway, I replied to something. And she was like, "Wait, aren't you married?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not married." I said, "I am dating somebody. We've been dating for about a year, like very seriously." I said, "But I'm not married." No. She goes, "So I thought you were married with kids. Like, your feminine energy is really good." I was like, "Oh, thanks." I said, "No, I'm almost 36 and my eggs are all dried up and I'm going to die alone." Like all this stuff, according to the internet. And she just was like, "Oh my God, don't get me started."
Yeah. That's the funny thing. So I watched that Whatever podcast with Candace Owens.
She rocked it.
But there was this good question where someone had asked her, is this whole like you know how like they're saying guys want someone younger, all this. Is there any hope for someone who's older? And she's like, of course there is. And I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing that I really don't love about the the red pill moment where you are guilted as an older female that you will never find anyone because you've been
Oh
too
yeah.
damn picky or you were too masculine or I don't know, whatever it was. Doesn't matter, but there always is could be a redemption story. You don't know.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, your pool is smaller. I will admit that,
Oh
but
yeah,
there's still
definitely.
good people out there. There's still
Oh
good
yeah,
people out
you know,
there.
and I think as long as you both are, um, sorry, I'm still trying to get used to this desk. Hang on. I think as long as you both are, oh, this is better. Ignore the mess in the back. We're almost done.
We're getting
As
there.
long as you both are pretty open and kind of, I don't want to say like honest, but honest with yourselves, you know, about age and about, you know, everything like that, and have that realistic expectation just in case. You know,
Mhm.
as a woman, if you're an older woman, quote unquote, like me, like my age and older, like I think that that's, you know, that's okay. But it's, you know, I don't know where I was
And
going
that's
with
the
that.
thing is like I don't want to discount like some people when they are an older female and they still have a lot of these traditional values. Yes, I am still a modern woman with traditional values. I haven't found the man that I wanted
Mhm.
due to whatever circumstances. And I mean, I was with someone for 5 years, taking up a majority of my youth, thinking that was the guy I wanted to marry. And it's not always the case. Like
Yeah.
your standards were, well, I'll say my standards were too low and
Mhm.
ignored all the red flags and didn't stand up for yourself. And then you're a little older, and then you're like, well, the red pill movement makes me think I'm an old hag.
Yeah,
I don't feel good
exactly.
about myself.
It's well,
But
and
you can
that, and
still
there's such a at least for me, like, you know, Pearl's been going on her rants, and there's been literal women that I've saw people quote tweet or screenshot or make replies that were like, yeah, I watched her stuff and she made me realize that like it's hopeless for me and I've just given up, and you know, I'm just gonna live my life. And I'm like, well, you can't do that. Like, and that I think is what is going on both ends. Like, you have the men, they're hearing all this from Tate and Fresh and all these guys and Rolo and what's his bucket that's on whatever podcast, the guys that's in the suits, the white guy that's in the suits, I can't think of his name now, but you know, how they just like demean women in a way, which is, I
Justin.
get it, I'm not saying that they're not wrong, but they demean women so badly, and they pull off these girls on purpose because they know that they're a certain way to feed their narrative, and which is not an incorrect one, but to feed their point. And so all these men, these young men are seeing are what they're presenting, and all the women are seeing what they're presenting. And
It's
it's just like, it's
dude.
so bad for everybody. I think everybody just needs to chill.
I think that the hard part is half of our majority of the middle doesn't live on the internet. We don't watch these sort of things. We
Yeah.
see these clips, sure, every now and then, but you know, it doesn't take that effect. No one's gonna watch that has a normal life, a 5 hour whatever podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So that
Sorry.
that's just my thoughts on it. And like we don't live those people don't live on the internet. I was one of them. I know what it's like. I would not be interested in watching YouTube.
Yeah.
Just wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I
It
would
just,
rather go out.
yeah. You know, you see this thing, and, but it's also, oh, I get where people end up in that world because you see the like I vented to you 100 times, I vented to Alasia 100 times, and like my friends and stuff 100 times about how, my gosh, like, why do I keep picking these guys, like what is going on here, why I'm the only one who's left single. Literally, it's like, I get Chris Evans is like, I have felt a kindred spirit with him when he was single before he found his wife. Like, he was very open about it in interviews too, like, I'm the only one without kids. Like, all the Avengers cast were bringing their kids to set, and like they got all these cool, fun
Mm,
experiences. He was literally the only one, you know, save
poor
for like when they
guy.
started casting like the younger people. And he loves kids. He's been talking about it for years. And so I get that too. So you get in that mental, especially as a girl, you get in that headspace, and then you start Googling, you know, why can't I find a good guy? Or what's wrong with me? Or whatever it is. And especially with social media now, and now social media, instead of taking you to, I don't know, Cosmopolitan or something, it takes you to all these, which isn't good either. But instead of taking you to maybe Dr. Ruth or Dr. Laura or whatever, it takes you to the whatever podcast, it takes you to Fresh and Fit, it takes you to Pearl, it takes you, and all they're doing is telling you, well, you suck, and that's why. It's like, oh,
And it's a really sad precedent because it's causing this, like, what's the word for it when you have a prejudgment on situations without even giving
prejudice.
it a chance? Prejudice. Yes, thank you. I have prejudice
I
towards
know some.
a gender that we have to be more individualistic, because
Mhm.
you are not marrying a gender, you are marrying an individual person or spending your life with an individual. So,
And I do
and
think
if you so choose.
I do think we need to be realistic about some things. The older that you are, especially as a woman, the facts are that you have these detriments, but that doesn't make you any less able to find somebody. That doesn't make you any less able to be loved and have a partner for the rest of your life. You just have to maybe switch gears to whatever it was you were looking for. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to be able to, and we've talked about this, lowering your standards, not in personality, but instead of 6 figures, maybe he
Physical
makes
looks.
average or whatever. Yeah.
You can still be attracted to someone who is not a Hollywood 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And women, at least, I'm going to say women, we all know the guy who's funny is definitely the most attractive.
Yeah. Marry the nerds.
I always say this. You can tell good jokes, the panties will fall off.
Duke's got these one-liners, and I'm like, dang.
Those panties fall off, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah. I see you in the chat, Mark. You ready for a joke tonight? I put on the perfume.
Yeah,
So
thanks, honey, says Mark.
Yeah. So we have a couple more super chats before we go on. We got Shadow Knight for $2, says, my mother had me when she was 36. Old soul have I. Hey, I think that having maturity in your youth is freaking awesome. It sucks when you're around a lot of immature people, but it catches up eventually. Andrew Matthews for $2 says, did you find any good wine in the UK? Someone actually, Iruga gave me some Argentinian Malbec. British are not known for wines.
No, beers though, yeah. We have an international, like, it's called Cost Plus. I think it's Cost Plus World Market is the full thing. So if you have one of these in your city, I highly recommend to go and pop into one, because they have foods and weird stuff from like all over the world, and they'll have like random beers and like German mulled wine and all that stuff. But they also have weird flavored chips. And like I was poking around in there today because I was looking for something specific, and they had like oyster flavored potato chips that were in, I don't know, Japan maybe. I think it looked like Japan language.
Japanese
What's the word?
language?
Kanji?
Writing?
What's the word?
I don't know.
Writing, yeah. And I was like, oh man, I kind of want to try these.
If you do, let me know. B-Bean, I have no idea what you mean, so you might have to confirm. I have no idea what that meant. Is referring to. And yes, Mark, I'll go for breakfast on Friday. If you're asking me on a date.
I want breakfast.
You want to come up to Canada?
Yeah. I'll bring Duke with me. It'll be fun. We have a mobile home now. We can take it wherever we want to.
Yeah, let's just have breakfast in your mobile home. I like the idea of that.
Yeah. I'll cook for you guys.
I love it. Eric K for $2 says, two of my favorite ladies together again. Yay. Cheers. Thank you so much, Eric. I am drinking, yes. I have been since 7:30, so I apologize in advance. Andrew Matthews for £2 says, Tugs, drunk X-ray was looking at Texas houses. I was. So yesterday I did like a random stream. I thought I was going to do Starfield. And then
I saw you pop up on the
I ended up doing Darwinism Awards, and then we got to going on Zillow and looking at houses. I don't know how.
I missed the Darwinism Awards. God.
Like I didn't know they existed. So there's some that are just like so out there. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna do another one of those again because I want to read more and just be shocked by utter stupidity.
You should look
But
up. I'm sure you can find clips somewhere. The shows to watch back in the day. I don't know if they aired these in Canada or not, but it was called World's Dumbest. That was the name of the show. And it was just like they had like little spin-offs where they would do like World's Dumbest Criminals. And it would be criminals doing just absolutely the most ridiculous stuff and getting caught. Like it was like the one guy tried to sneak in through the roof of the 7-Eleven and like fell through the roof. And then of course he couldn't leave the 7-Eleven because it was locked. And so like they arrested him the next day. It's like it's just dumb stuff, but World's Dumbest. And then there's 1,000 Ways to Die, which is always a fun thing that you can react
I've
to.
watched that one. My favorite
Yeah.
was someone got a Brazilian wax, got an infection, decided not to go to the doctor, and died from their infection. And it was just like, it's not the same thing as getting a Brazilian wax. No, they just had a horrible wax and decided not to take medical treatment. I don't think it's the same. You died from a Brazilian wax, yes, but I think you died from your stupidity more.
Yeah.
A round of antibiotics would have saved you.
There was also the one, I think it was on 1,000 Ways to Die, something about a squirrel up the guy's pants. I don't remember exactly. I just remember it being really
Oh, that sounds horrible.
terrible.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Let's get back to dating, I guess. So this guy has been making a lot of news, and I kind of wanted to talk about this not on the allegation or on the actual like investigation portion, but Russell Brand has had sexual allegations made towards him. And I kind of want to concentrate more on the relationship aspect, and women and men, and what that looks like with him, because he was an icon almost a decade ago, starting a decade ago.
He used to annoy me. I could not stand him. The way he talked and the way he was, I could not. Now I can tolerate him a little bit more. He's calmed down, which I think we all do in our old age. But oh my god, it drive me bonkers. And I don't know how Katy Perry puts up with him. Like he must be really good in bed or funny or something. I don't know.
He probably is really good in bed. I feel like he has a reputation, but that part doesn't matter. As we know from the red pill space, men who have value as well as more partners, he is definitely more valued for that, or people are more attracted to them for that. I mean, I'm not a fan of the huge numbers on a guy anyways, but I can see why people like the accent, the money, the fame. You want to get with him to try to access that. But he's a known sleut.
A salute. I'm shocked.
I mean,
a British famous
sex
person,
icon,
a salute,
sex icon. I wouldn't say he's the greatest actor, but I think he made some good movies.
I don't even remember him. I don't even remember what I remember him from. I remember
Get him to the Greek.
I never saw that.
Oh,
I must have seen him acting at some point. No, I don't think so. I don't know that I can honestly remember anything that I've watched where he's been an actor.
See.
But I do remember him being. Were they married?
Commercial.
Nope.
No, you never watched that. That was a good moment with poor what's his face when he does the helicopter side to side and you see his pee. And it's not Russell Brand.
Oh, what's his bucket from
Jason Segel.
I like Jason Segel. Segel?
Segel.
I absolutely adore him. I think he's so funny and he's so cute. I just like him a lot. Out of the three, like the Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Jason Segel, like trio, Jason's my favorite. How I Met Your Mother was top notch. He was goals. That relationship was goals. Anyway.
Yeah. I inherently, at least in this situation, when you go from the allegations were pre-2019, we'll just say 2018, I think they were in 20. I have an article here, but I didn't want to get too far into that. You can't just be like, I want to have sexual relations with a person.
Yeah.
Go to their house, be very forward, and do all the things to get access to hopefully one day be the one, of course, he doesn't choose you and then get mad at it.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. And I think that this is where women get a bad rep. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. Because we could hashtag do better, but this type of hashtag me too is not helping women. I think he's
No.
gonna end up coming over top of this and doing better than possibly even Johnny Depp. I don't know. We'll see, because Johnny Depp doesn't do anything currently, at least in terms of the live streaming
I mean,
space.
I guess it'll depend on how far things go. Like, I mean, I know we don't want to get in the political side of it, but Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys, I mean, he has that's somebody who grew up, I'm a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys. He's had troubled past. Like, he's not, we all remember the Paris Hilton incident. Like, he's not without his demons, but the lead singer of Dream, who was a popular like girl band back in the 90s that was around for like maybe 3 songs. But anyway, she came out not long ago, a few months ago or so, and was like, he SA'd me 20 something years ago, blah, 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 this and the other. And they went to court over it. And Nick Carter actually won.
Wow.
Whatever he has proves that it has defamed him. And the judge has granted him authority to sue her, counter sue her for defamation. So
You know
be
what's
careful, ladies.
crazy? Defamation is really hard to win.
Yes. So I don't know if he has text it didn't go really into detail, but the judge was like, he has sufficient evidence for this to be a thing. So have at it, buddy.
Yeah. I hate women or men. It doesn't even matter on either side. When you try to take advantage of a situation for clout, for political reasons, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And this is why, like, I really love the idea of the Me Too movement. I think, in essence, yes, I'm a bit of a feminist, but we'll go first wave feminism.
Mm-hmm.
Third wave, definitely very far from it. I want equality. I want to feel safe. I want people to feel safe with each other. This, where you take advantage of the situation, then turn around years later and say, he took advantage of me. No, you have to look at yourself and really understand the situation you put yourself in.
Yeah.
For what reason? Did you
Right.
get what you want? You didn't get what you want, so you're mad?
Yeah.
The reporters had to ask
there
you,
are
and you're
real
mad?
victims out there. And the 90s, especially the 90s, like there was a whole lot of stuff in Hollywood in the 90s that I think about now, like we called Jessica Simpson fat. So like, listen, it doesn't surprise me that things could go wrong, so to speak. Okay. There's one of the actresses that worked with Jamie Lynn Spears on some Disney Channel show way back in the day, Britney Spears' little sister. She has come out over the years, and her story has been consistent. And it wasn't anything like super horrible. Like it could have been much worse, but she's made allegations against Jonah Hill, and she's very detailed in her story, and it's never changed. So I tend to lean towards that, but she can never bring it to court because there's no proof. Nobody else was there, and it's a losing battle. So what she does is she has a YouTube channel, and she calls out other people for their behavior. Like people will send anonymous, screenshots, whatever messages, and it's like, hey, actor so and so or actress so and so, this is what I was sent. You need to respond. And she's gone after a couple of people, and it's kind of like, oh, these screenshots are a little weird. But you have to. It takes away from the real victims. You know what I mean? And so real victims can't do anything about it. If they were seriously, essayed, or it was the uncomfortable situation or whatever, these women, Lena Dunham and this girl from Dream, and I don't know the whole context of that 70s show guy, but I remember thinking it was bull crap years ago, and now all of a sudden he's in jail, so something must have happened. I don't know. It just is, it's one of those things where it's like, I know it's scary to come forward, and I don't think that I don't, because especially Hollywood and in politics, like the power trip is very scary, and they could literally end you. But you coming forward 20 years later because Nick Carter has just released a new album and they're going on tour, and the Backstreet Boys are making a bunch of money because they're doing their Backstreet Boys cruise again, which I've always wanted to do. That'd be so much fun. But that's besides the point. And you're mad for whatever reason, or you finally decide to get the courage. Like, why now? Like,
Yeah.
why now?
Yeah.
You could have easily taken him down years ago, even with the whole Paris Hilton thing, which was Nick Carter was in trouble about 20 years ago, and it was legitimate. You could have come forward then, and nobody would have batted an eye. But you waited another 15 years. Now I have questions.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nathan, yes, this is obviously politically motivated, but we want to concentrate on at least the relationship aspect because of this channel. But we're just trying to promote that, like, if
Mhm.
you have been in this situation where someone has taken advantage of you, like truly, come out it come out with it at that time. At work, we like to leave a paper trail. Oh, I a door hit my back. I might have back issues. So I'm going to put a little report about it because
Yeah.
the door failed to stay stuck against the wall. Little things like that. It's the same thing with this. People love a paper trail, official paper trail with police, government, um, receipts, whatever it is. Um, Text messages can be doctored, as we can see.
Mm.
So gotta do
Army
better with
Hammer.
that.
Yep.
So yeah, I think we want to. I, with the Me Too movement, we wanted to protect women, but now we're at this point where certain women have ruined that, and I
Yeah.
really think the turning point was Amber Heard, and that really
Oh
sucks
yeah.
for people who are actually victims of these types of things. But, I think if you keep your legs closed, it would do a lot of good.
Mhm.
I'm talking about women specifically.
Yeah.
So don't go to anyone's house unless you're wanting that, especially one on one. Don't go. Don't do it.
Document everything. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am tending to believe Russell, at least in this. And it's
Yeah.
sad because I would love to, you know, uh, uh, ever since Amber Heard, it really was like awakening moment that people will take advantage of any situation in order to get power.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, we'll have to see what ends up happening. I would love more than that doctored text message
Yeah,
that
I
has
haven't
me
even
really.
seen any of it. I saw Anna like go on a tirade, and so I like replied to her, but I haven't looked at any of it, so I'll have to go and poke around.
Yeah. I mean, like, he's not my favorite person, mind you. Not my favorite person, but he has made waves. He was the first Rumble creator that was big on that platform. And a lot of things that he said on that platform, as well
Mhm.
as YouTube. Even Rumble today released a statement. Let's see if I can find it on Twitter, where they got a letter from the UK asking them, "Are you gonna demonetize him?"
I don't think
It's also
anybody should be
suspicious.
demonetized until there's
On an
actual.
allegation, if he was
Yeah.
charged, that is a different story.
Hmm.
And that's the thing with public opinion. We tend to make conclusions. I'm not believing anyone yet. Give me the proof. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he is gonna be innocent in my eyes until he's proven guilty. So I'm rebellious? What? I thought, like, every Law and Order show, every court show is innocent till proven guilty. Not rebellious. Oh. But anyways, so yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. But I guess we could look at lighter news or not as heavy news. What do we want to do first?
I don't know. I
We
don't even
have
know what you have. Like, I'm here reacting to what you
oh,
have. I know
sure.
I sent stuff like in the Poor Choices DMs.
You don't know what's gonna
I
happen.
have no idea.
Hashtag welcome to the rebellion. Yes, you're right, Jeff. Thank you so much. Before we go forward, let's read the super chat here. D-Day die roll for $5. Guys are more willing to take chances with women if they don't feel their life is over if they pick the wrong one. Russell's situation isn't helping. I think guys in
Yeah.
general are scared of putting themselves out there.
Yeah.
We see these videos even of guys who approach a woman and they're like, ew, or
Yeah.
what the heck? I'm with my girls, or you're disgusting, or whatever it is, that reply. I would not want to approach a girl because they're so aggressive. What happened with being at least polite? And then if a
Yeah.
guy is too aggressive, then you can be rude. If a guy can't get the message, you can. Hi, talk about boobs. Um, boobs.
Mine say
So,
come and take it. That's all I've got
uh,
for you. I'm sorry.
oh my gosh. I feel bad for men in a lot of ways, and maybe that's why the red pill movement has such a strong flow of or influx of followers, because a lot of them have been demonized or hurt.
Mhm.
And that's where the feminist movement has come from.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's a lot of the same energy, and we just want equality. We want to be able to be our own genders and feel that freedom to express everything that we want to. But it's just, you know, it's gone too far in a lot of different
Yep.
ways.
Yep. Agreed. Agreed. You guys should
And
watch
yes,
the Whatever podcast with Candace Owens. She leaves
strong
about 2 hours
supporter.
in, but you gotta watch it. She just
She's very good. She's very
nails
good.
everybody. It's
I
great
think
to watch.
one of the things that like stood out for me, and I relate to this. What? I relate to a black woman. Anyways, um
No. Ew. You can't do that.
she said she was a liberal in her youth,
Uh-huh.
just like I was.
Yep.
I voted Trudeau. I'm gonna go with that, you know? Oh my god, so scary. But you know, as you get older, more wiser, you end up being more conservative. And that has been ringing absolutely true in my life, and in my dating life too. I'm so my mom right now. Oh, be more conservative. If you hide things, guys imagine it, and that'll drive them more
Yeah.
crazy. It's absolutely
Mm-hmm.
true, mom.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 Wait, where'd it go? Okay.
I'm gonna get
D-Day
you to read
Direwolf.
this.
Guys are just trying to protect themselves. Women really aren't really the problem. It's the government that want to take as much as possible from men. Yeah, that's why I have been okay. I know you have topics, but I'm sidebarring because this directly
No, it's all
goes
good.
into my rage at Kelly Clarkson lately. I don't
Wait,
know if
what?
you've seen. Oh my god, this woman.
No.
So okay, first of all, she filed divorce from her husband. He didn't file divorce. She filed divorce, citing whatever it was she cited. I don't know what it was. It was some weird reason. It doesn't really matter. She filed divorce from him. She's the breadwinner because she's international superstar Kelly Clarkson.
She's Kelly Clarkson.
Pay alimony, which is what happens when you want an equal society, friends. Kudos to California. I'm shocked they did it, but she has to pay him alimony or child support or something. And so
She also
that
has
came
a
out.
talk show too right now,
Yeah,
right?
she has a talk show. So that came out. I don't know however long they've been divorced now, and people were mad. All the women were mad because oh, it's a typical man taking everything, whatever, taking everything this anywhere. I was like, hey, you guys wanted equality. That's how this works. And if I remember right, he has the kids most of the time. I think he has primary. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I think so. I could be wrong. So let me correct me in the chat.
This is like Britney Spears K-Fed almost.
Wild. So she's been on tour. No, not on tour. She's been doing like shows here and there. I think she did one here in Vegas, and she's singing her version of that Olivia Rodrigo song, where it's like "F you and your mom and your dog" or whatever, that breakup song that she has. But she's changed the
ABCD
words. Yeah, that one. She's changed the words to like fit her situation. And it just is, and all the girls on the TikTokies are like, yes, queen. Same with Kelsey Ballerini. Like Kelsey Ballerini has wrote an entire album about her divorce. And all the women are like, yes, this is how you stand up for your truth and your power. Like, stick it to him. It's, he's a dog, whatever. And I'm like, these women literally filed for divorce for no reason. Like, irreconcilable differences to me tells me you got bored. It doesn't tell me that he was doing something wrong. Now, if you put like adultery or whatever, then yeah, okay, maybe I could see it. But you putting irreconcilable differences and then going around and being like, I just didn't feel loved in my relationship anymore. Like Giselle Bundchen did with Tom Brady. Poor Tom Brady. I just like, I can't with this. I can't. So every time I see any of those videos, I scroll past and block them.
Do you think it's a huge because they are career-centered women versus like something I didn't know was recently Jessica Alba came up on like Critical Drinkers, like where did she go? What did she do? Like she's not in film anymore. What's
She's a
wrong?
mom now.
She's a mom. So she's family centric female versus, the Kelly Clarksons, the I don't even know if I can even put her in this, but Sophie Turner, but like these women who I don't want to put Sophie Turner in there because I think actually Mr. Jonas filed for divorce.
That's a whole drama. I don't know what's going on there, but
in any case, the women who actually filed for divorce,
they're career centric, and that's what's interesting to me because like Jessica Alba, and the interesting thing about Jessica Alba, I just love her. She still films every now and then. She does stuff, but she has her own company. Like she started the Honest Company. So when you're at like the Target store and you see the baby products that are like Honest Foods or Honest Company or whatever it is, that's Jessica Alba's company. Like they have a whole baby line, baby foods, diapers, whatever. And that's like her company. And so she still has this business, but you don't see her like running off. I don't know. And like Giselle Bundchen pisses me off. And Kelly Clarkson running around being like, my husband's just so bad. Like, my God, my girl, you filed for divorce and you filed for divorce at 300 pounds. Like he was still with you. What? He didn't cheat on you. He didn't leave you. He didn't. What are you doing?
So there's this thing, and especially because I've been watching The Ultimatum on Netflix, which is a reality television show where these it's not just women but men who give their significant other this ultimatum where it's like, okay, we either leave this show engaged, single, or you might end up leaving with someone else you did the trial marriage with. I'm halfway through the show, so season 2. I'm not at the end yet. But in any case, there's this one couple who the guy is not as successful as his female counterpart. She's a smart career woman. She's got powerful, lots of money type of person. Very similar to Kelly Clarkson. Maybe not that level, but And she just didn't feel like she was feminine enough, and she felt like she had to be the masculine one in the situation. It sounds like, especially because he's at home taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
And then there's this inherent disrespect that women get when they're in that situation.
Yeah.
And it's really sad because I think women who, when they actually are with someone who is an alpha to them, they feel they can actually be feminine.
Yeah.
And that doesn't happen often.
Mindset. Yeah.
When they're of a masculine mindset. I'm waiting for the end of the show to see where this all culminates, of course. But
Good luck.
I wanted to maybe suggest it to Tugs, but depending on this outcome, I don't know. We'll see.
I feel like I gotta look at season 1. I think I started to watch it. Is that the one where they're staying in like a hotel somewhere in Austin?
I don't know which city they're in, but
pretty sure.
Yeah. They're it's very interesting to see the couple switch ups and what they learn, and be like, they're not like when they do these trial marriages with the non-partners that they came in with, they are not actually being intimate. Like they're being pretty respectful.
I watched part of the first season. I don't think I watched all the way to the end. I didn't realize there was a second season. I didn't know it got renewed, but they filmed this in Austin. And not only did they film it in Austin, I'm going to humble brag a little bit. My good friend, her husband runs a hotel in downtown Austin, and that's the hotel. For season 1. Yeah, for season 1. She was posting about it. I was like, what? That's where they filmed it. So, it was an interesting Yeah, maybe I did watch the whole thing because I remember being like, this is not gonna end well.
Yeah, and I think it depends on the couple's dynamics, but it's very interesting, at least with this one couple
Mhm.
switch up, where the guy who's like very alpha ended up or he came in with a girl who was a very like a pushover type, and then he ended up matching with someone who was very much so like career oriented,
Oh,
powerful,
that's interesting.
speak your mind. And during that trial marriage, it actually seemed like they were getting along, but then she saw through a lot of his BS at the same time, which is why he probably was with a girl who was a pushover.
Mhm.
And I respect her for that, but I also think that I don't know if she'll ever find anyone that is her true match because she is so aggressive in
Yeah,
her personality. And I have utter respect for that. I just don't think that is an easy person to find for a partner long term,
you can see that.
unless you're with someone who is a pushover.
Oh, good. Everything looks good. I'm in my new home, and just because
Yeah.
it's my
I
first time streaming.
want I want a tour of your new home
I
one
shall
day.
send you one. I promise. I promise. I
It
promise.
doesn't have to be now, but you know. Yeah. Uh
No,
D-Day
she's
here.
pretty much. I'll have to show you like all the little organization things I did. Shout out to Restock ASMR TikTok for all of the organizing ideas. Kudos. Anywho, DJ Tiger Wolf says it's catch 22. Feminism taught women to be more like men, yet if they outperform men they disrespect said men.
Mm, it's true. It's true. The last guy I dated before Mark was a bit of a pushover.
Mm.
But like, okay, wait, no, not a bit, a lot of a pushover. He was too relaxed about everything, so it was easy to do things per se, but it wasn't the type of relationship that enriched at least me. And that's why I
Yeah.
say I'm a modern woman. Okay, I get it. I get it. I'm everything the red pill hates, but I still found a man. So
I feel like I am too. That's what I was joking about with Allie. I'm like, well, I'm this and this and this. And she's like, oh, stop. She's like, I seriously
uh,
thought you were married. Not yet.
speaking of you, Colton Coldrick for $5 says, "Where's the TV tugs?"
It's in a storage unit
Yeah, it
along with a
wouldn't
lot
fit
of
in
other
there.
stuff.
It would take
Yeah,
over the whole place.
this is the TV. Yeah, it took up the entire storage unit. I had to get like a 20 by 20 unit just for the TV because it's that big.
It's a chonky guy.
Yeah, she's thick. No, this is my new home with Duke,
Yeah. Where's
our
Duke? Can
mobile
you
home.
point his direction?
He's this way in the bedroom
Hi, Duke.
doing man stuff.
There we go.
Hugs for trailer tugs. I feel like I need to change my handle to like that trailer life.
That trailer life. Hey, it's still that tea life.
Yeah, right? It still works. It still works.
Max asks, do you all feel that women become more conservative as they get older? No. I think some
Ooh.
people do. I
I
think
think people in general do. I mean,
uh
yes and no. I don't know if it's the majority, but I do think that like I was leaning more towards liberal when I was younger because you just the idea of it because you don't know, like you don't follow politics or whatever.
you
And
just think
you
liberal freedom,
yeah, love
that
for
sounds
everybody. And you're
cool.
like, well, yeah, of course I love everybody. Like that makes logical sense to me, kind of thing. And so you kind of that's the mindset that you get from it because that's the message they project. And then as you get older and you get your job and you move out on your own and you have to pay your bills, or if you own a business or whatever, blah, 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 then yeah, I think most people in general become more leaning towards conservative, if not more central. But yeah, I don't know that it's
Yeah.
the majority of women specifically, just because this liberal politic leaning world favors women.
I was
So
gonna say
why would
that
they split?
that's the problem is because liberal politics
Mhm.
favor these third wave feminist women.
Yeah.
Um like I'll take it back to this we're gonna get a little political here. when Justin Trudeau, in his beginning infancy, and after I had voted in him, sorry, voted him in.
Like how you're like, sorry, I'm so sorry.
But, and this I didn't agree with. So his cabinet, which is, his underlings, he mandated he wanted it half women, 50% women. I didn't agree with that because 50% women doesn't mean that it's the best candidate that you want. So that was like the first etching of okay, I'm going to start chinking at the bricks and seeing if I don't like this guy. And he was great for students, for young women, and what was I? Both of them at the time I voted him in.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, of course I'm going to like him.
Yep.
And then as you get older, and especially when you're a business owner versus someone who makes minimum wage.
Yeah.
I think if you make minimum wage, liberalism looks a lot more attractive than conservative.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And and when you're younger, it's all about like we just said, it's all about you don't know because you're not on your own. You're living with your parents. I think a lot of people are I have not found many unless you're in the South. But I've not found many young people in general. And by young, I mean in your teens, high school, and younger that would not say, oh yeah, I'm liberal or Democrat. When we're little, that's, well, I love people and I love everybody and I don't want to hate everybody. You know what I mean? And but that's because that's also the message they're projecting. And well, yeah, everybody should have healthcare. Why not? In your mind, you're like, of course, that makes sense. Yeah, everybody should be taken care of. This is your citizens, blah, blah.
It's not just that. I remember that election, I did look at the mandates each of the candidates had, and it was more attractive to vote selfishly for the things that I needed or I wanted at the time. And of course, at that point, I was in the majority.
Yeah.
So of course, he's going to try to coerce my vote. And it worked. And then, of course, I changed eventually, and now we're here. And I'll say this. The conservative vote, at least on the provincial level, states for the United States, I don't like. So there we go. Yeah. I don't like the conservative candidate for my province.
I don't like anybody anymore.
So, yeah, it's very interesting to watch politics now, especially knowing what I've been through. But yeah, we're getting very far from our usual.
Kind of like it. It's different.
Yeah. Casino culture. I'm kidding. I'm so sorry. I called you casino culture earlier, and as soon as I said it was yeah. For $5 says, hello, lovely ladies. I was always libertarian and handsome.
That's facts. And the hair.
Handsome. You say was. I say is. So thank you, Culture Casino, for coming on last week. We will have another dad cast with you. And of course, the lovely Tugs. Or I guess I should say trailer? I don't know.
The trailer life.
That trailer life.
I'm loving it. It's great because we can just pick up and go.
Yeah. I like that. Very free spirited. I love it. And Kal-El is here with 20 Canadian. I didn't know you're Canadian. By the way, I have a picture of you in my room.
Oh,
all muscular and whatnot. So if a woman is willing to use sex with a celebrity for her own advantage, why is it so surprising she wouldn't use allegations ladder for the same reasons?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising. It's just the timing of it was really bad. Yeah. She should have used it 4 or 5 years ago. If that was the case, she's or I guess multiple of them, they were dumb.
Yeah.
They were dumb. If you wanted to use this for your full advantage, this should have happened in 2018, 2019, where you were more heard and more believed.
Yeah.
So that is your fault. And if Russell actually did those egregious things, I am sad that you brought it up now. And
yeah,
unbelievable.
You should have brought it up. Either way, you should have brought it up years ago.
Yeah, either way, you should have went to the police. Him being a celebrity should not have stopped that. I really shouldn't. People shouldn't be above things because you were trying to get something. And after you figured out you didn't get anything, yeah, shoulda went then.
Yeah.
So don't use sex as a way to get roles. It's not respectable. I think it's a horrible way, and you're gonna get a reputation. People talk. Guys like talking. Oh yeah, that J Law gave a good BJ. I don't know. So I just use J Law because she has done the first of everything. We don't know if
First
it's
woman
true.
ever to give a
First
BJ.
woman ever. Exactly. But yeah, it's sad, and I really hope it didn't happen, and that they were just chasing clout, because that would be legitimately the best situation for all parties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
just sad.
I'm tall and muscular in my dreams.
Same.
Tugs is really small, like really,
I'm small.
really small.
I
I
had
guess.
to get a stool for the trailer because I
Oh my
can't reach
god.
like the top of the cabinet. I can't reach. There's one over here that I can't reach like without being on my tiptoes. So I just got myself like a little stool. We have a vent in the bathroom, like to vent, like you flip the lid open, then you can turn the fan on to like help vent
That's
the
cute.
bathroom. Can't
I
reach
love it.
it.
That's funny. You need like a little string so you could tug on it, like the little lights, when you're turning the fan on.
Yeah, so I had to get a little
Ah,
stool, and it folds up and it tucks in the corner.
yeah.
I
Okay,
reached
let's move.
Jay's belly button.
Oh my god, Jay is so freaking tall though.
Jay is tall.
Yeah.
Golly.
Yeah. D-Day brings up a good point. If women use sex for roles, as long as they're honest about it, that's fine.
That's fair.
Be honest. I
Like
think we should take
Marilyn Monroe
honesty.
was honest about it. She's like, I think she was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. How many beautiful women are good at acting? The first one that comes to mind, because I know she stopped acting, was Jessica Alba. I
Oh,
really liked
she
her. I
had her
really did.
moment. I
She did.
liked her. One of my favorite movies of hers is Into the Blue with Paul Walker.
Gosh, she was sexy AF in that movie.
I was like,
Oh
now
my
that's body goals,
god.
girl. Dang. And
Wait.
she got to make
Can
Paul
we
Walker.
bring Jessica Alba into the blue?
I
Swimsuit
love
was
Dark
the
Angel. I love that show.
finished the oh my god. Oh my gosh, she's just so
See, everybody
hot in
talks about Sin City, but nah, this is it right here, fam. And look at Paul Walker.
there.
It is prime. Ugh, I love it.
May he
I love
rest in
this movie.
peace. Like
And
they
there's our
were.
Birds of Prey. Where my DC nerds at? There's our Birds of Prey girl, the blonde there. I can't think of her name off the top
Wow,
of my
look
head.
at this cover is just so sexy.
You know what my favorite part about this movie is? Fun fact, and we're gonna get into movie nerd tugs. Is all the diving, the free diving in this movie, where they're all
She
swimming.
learned it.
No, she is a diver. Like her and Paul Walker both are free divers, and they're also scuba certified. So they did everything on their own.
Okay, well, that's what I meant. She did it, like the
Yeah.
stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did all of it on their own. And I think the other two learned as much as they could. So they did a lot of it. But the Paul Walker and Jessica Alba did everything on their own. I love her.
Wait, what? Okay, Majin Soul says Jessica Alba was at my son's varsity football game. Her nephew is on his team. She's really cool. I would have loved to meet Jessica
I bet
Alba.
she's so chill. I just love
She's
her.
probably so chill. She seems like a nice girl. And this is the thing, like nice girls really do win, especially when you're family centric. You are well-rounded.
Yeah.
And if they ever catastrophically needed for her to work again, she could get the work if she wanted.
Mm-hmm.
She could get the work if she wanted. So let's just bring something I guess more lighter. Oh, who's a marine biologist?
I forgot all about that. I miss Paul Walker. R.I.P. buddy.
He was taken too early, honestly.
And too horribly for the kind of person that he was, in my personal opinion. Like, damn. Jeez.
Yeah, really sad.
If you've not seen Into the Blue, go watch it. It's a fun, early 2000s romp not rom-com, but like a romp, like action, unrealistic drug lords coming after people.
Absolutely
It's
unrealistic.
so listen, pop some popcorn, have a beer. You're gonna love it, I promise. There's
Yeah,
something for
it has
everybody
a
in there.
90s vibe. It's
the
definitely
best.
90s
I love
vibe.
that movie.
Um,
Love it.
okay, so I watched a video recently on Abba and Preach, which is one of my most favorite YouTube video YouTubers out there. And this one was so funny. So I'm going to show you the first clip.
Is this the
And
box? I love that. The
is
box.
this a like reality TV show?
No, well, I guess we're about to find out, but is this screenshot from that the box?
I don't know where it's from, but they were reacting to this like one situation, and I was just like about died, because this is how I want any male or female to value themselves, and this is why I wanted to share it essentially.
So it's like a germaphobe kind of a thing?
No, it's just like you get pushed into a urinal, so your day is just ruined. That's
Do you have good hygiene?
I put beard conditioner on today.
That counts, that counts.
Is hygiene important?
Yes. I have a very sensitive sense of smell. But...
Let's put this to the test. Give him a good whiff.
Crazy.
Go over to him.
I remember this couple.
Where do you want me to smell you?
Smell my butt.
Yo, the way he was walking out, like he's gonna grab her head, like how my dick cheese.
Yeah!
How do we explain?
Shout out Abba and Preach.
I think you two are really cute together.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Are you down for $1 margaritas?
Wow, she's like, you're cheap.
Are you unsure? Go for it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Back to the dating apps, everybody.
Ask her why.
No, I get it. No, like I thought that was a good talk, but
I'd be interested in talking more.
I had a good time though.
It was really good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Celeste.
How you feeling? You look down.
I feel really bad because like I did like him a lot, but also I don't want to not leave my options open, I guess.
Yeah, it's all.
I hate that. I hate that
So,
line.
if I remember right, okay, so the quick background, the show is called The Box, and I think it's only on YouTube. It's not on any streaming service. It's The Cut does it every now and then. It's called The Box. And so The Box is some guy with a microphone, and when you hit the red button, like you bow out. So he could have hit the button and kicked her out, and then there's a room full of people, whatever. It's actually really interesting because some of the questions you're like, what? Anyway, it's a fun thing. If you've not seen it, just YouTube it, The Box. But if I remember right, because I've seen this one, if I remember right, she at the end of it all goes to like two more guys, and then she goes to go back to him and like asks if
don't. But okay. Anyway,
it is the same one. Okay, I knew it.
Yeah, it is the same one. I have the second part queued up, so. That's why I say this is like a fun clip.
I hope so. It sounded like happy hour was in the cards.
Okay, so she already rejected one guy before this, and so this is her second guy.
Evan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Not the first guy. This is her. Wait. Is this the second guy after the
No, she
guy
got
we just saw?
just rejected to ask the first guy to come back.
The guy we just saw.
Here,
Mhm.
from the grave.
It was more fun talking with you than the other guys.
Appreciate that. I do have to hit the button though.
Yeah!
Oh wait. I do have. Wait, what did he say? Oh no.
I literally was like, yes.
Look who we have here from the grave.
It was more fun talking with you than the other guys.
Appreciate that. I do have to hit the button though.
Yes! Yes! Yes, you do! Yes, you do! And I'll throw my fucking phone out the window anyways. After we finish the video. Because we have to finish the video. For real? He wants to see his option too. And I ain't mad at it.
No,
Sorry.
I think he just has some self-respect. I think he was down to leave with her at that moment.
I ain't mad at that. If that's what he says, then fucking great to you, Xavier.
He came down, he sat down, he said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have to press the button before the thing even
If
showed
you
up.
say that,
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah, watch. Let me
I
see.
just want to
I
see
don't
the
play
second.
second chances.
Yes! Go!
Yes! Sorry.
I was like, yes.
I don't play second chances because that's the thing. First impressions are so important when you meet someone.
Yep.
Because that is so honest and
She got
organic.
wrecked.
Oh my God. Because what did she say? I just want to see my options. That's why I press the button. Because what's that going to mean when you're dating her?
Mm-hmm. What does that mean for her too? How many times has she done that?
many
in
times.
general. Do you know what I mean? Like not just on the show, but like you meet a nice guy and then you're like, oh, I'm just keeping my options up. I don't know. Like, girl.
But that's why I say like this video pertains to not only men in that situation, but women in that situation. It doesn't matter which gender you are. You gotta hold your ground and value yourself at what you believe your value is, because you will meet that person eventually, hopefully, that meets your energy, that meets your needs. And clearly she was like, I just want to see what's out there.
If I remember, I know I might be mixing this up with someone else. Do you have the end to this or no?
I didn't queue it up, but we can watch the rest of the video.
I don't know if they go through the end of that situation.
I don't think they do.
No.
It
Okay.
looks like
So
it's
if
just
I
them.
remember right, and I want to say I saw this on Brett Cooper's channel the first time, but anyway, it doesn't matter. If I remember right, he ends up finding a girl, I don't know, a couple girls down, might be the next one. Either way, he ends up actually finding like a really cute, sweet, and they hit it off really well, and they end up going home together. Well, not going home, but they end up going like on the second date.
He valued himself. If he actually was like, okay, sure, let's keep dating, and didn't value himself, I think that is a sign for her, the girl in the video, that she can walk all over him. She can disrespect him because she knows she's going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate that. I really hate that, because he is not a bad-looking guy. She's not a bad-looking girl either.
Yeah.
But people can't get away with that behavior if you value yourself.
What was that guy's name? Xavier?
Abe, you definitely made a good impression. I love the potato crew.
He doesn't love potatoes.
I do love some potatoes. Onion potatoes, chips. But yeah. And he was not cruel either or angry. He just respected himself. Absolutely, Andrew Matthews. I definitely agree with that. I don't think people inherently think that though, because she felt she could do that.
She knew the second that she did.
And the guys were right. If she had said yes, he actually would have left with her. I really do think so.
So she goes through, they cut it on Abba and Preach here. I'm going to show it. She actually goes through, I'm pretty sure it's 2. So the black guy and then this guy too. So hold on.
Oh, yeah. So I actually skipped it. I skipped it. There was another, it was like a brown guy with, he was chewing gum.
Oh, God, yeah.
It was really gross. Personally. First impressions and all.
All right, I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna see if I can scan through this. Okay, no, I'm wrong. He doesn't. I think he leaves the show. Oh no, wait. He gets rejected by the second girl. That's what happened. Okay, here we go. We're gonna play it. I love this show. It's called The Button. I keep calling it The Box. It's not called The Box. It's called
Maybe we should watch some episodes of The Box.
Okay, here we go.
I do have to hit the button though.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't play second chances.
That's fair.
Bye.
Now I feel bad. Hello.
How's it going?
They just send this girl in
Thanks,
middle.
Aisha. What do you do for work?
Business teacher at the high school. Then I coach on the side.
What do you coach?
Volleyball and basketball.
Oh, I did volleyball all throughout high school. That's awesome.
I have
She's
no
cute.
idea what I'm doing.
Really?
And the kids know, which is cool.
Oh, yeah, we
But
know.
we won some games.
Okay.
Good times. Yeah.
Good job.
They're so.
I'm
Oh
sorry.
Are you hitting it?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hit it.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm out of here.
he gets
Nice meeting
rejected.
you.
How you doing?
Anyway, I thought he met somebody else, but that was a different one. But yeah, he ends up, they don't mesh, which you could tell, like, right when she sat down that wasn't going to happen. But
No.
even though, like, physically, she probably was an upgrade. But
Oh, hey, I mean, at least he didn't girl who
he still stood
wanted
up for
to
himself,
listen.
and I'm very proud of him. So,
I think that the thing you have to know is when you're dating, you're going to meet almost every type of rejection till you meet the one.
Mhm.
Guess what?
Yeah.
You're not going to be compatible with most of the world. And that's a hard fact that people need to understand. So, yeah, that was a fun little clip to kind of just see I guess, what the dating world is like.
Oh God, yeah.
'Cause it's almost like a TikTok. How short that was. How short was that? 3
It's quick.
questions?
Some of them are super quick. Some of them go out a little longer, and you're kind of like. So the premise is the button. You sit down, you talk to each other, and the person that like does the voice of the button like will ask really weird and slightly uncomfortable questions. Sometimes like, oh, like smell him. You know, you like smell or whatever. And then if you hit the button, then you get rejected. So if it's the guy that hits the button, a new girl comes in. If a girl hits the button, a new guy comes in. If they don't hit the button and the button is like,
Go on
well,
a
do you want to
date?
go on a second date? They pay for that date. The show will actually pay for the date.
Oh, that is actually really cute.
It's cute. It's a cute. I haven't seen anything like super dramatic. There's been a couple of weird ones where you're like, is that a question you want to be asking first meeting?
Like,
But it's not
what?
been super weird from what I've seen. But yeah.
What is like the weirdest question you've seen?
I don't know if it was, I can't remember the exact question. Brett Cooper talked about it on her show too. There were this guy and a girl, and they both were into like the macabre. So like he loved horror movies and she liked to go to cemeteries and see if she could find ghosts or whatever. It was
dang.
just weird stuff like that. Like, do you believe in ghosts? That was his question. Like, that was his question. And so like the girl would sit down and he'd be like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Do you believe in ghosts? So this one girl, he goes through like 3 girls. And the fourth girl, she sits down and she's like, oh yeah, I totally believe in ghosts. Like I see them all the time or whatever. And they hit it off. You think like this is going somewhere. And then she rejects him. It was just really weird. Like, why? I don't know that you're going to find anybody else that's willing to go to a cemetery with you in the middle of the night, sweetheart. Like, what? Maybe we should have seen where this goes. You know?
That is
I'm just saying.
interesting.
Mhm.
Very interesting.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
Wow, T-Day. The first thing you think about.
That was literally his first question. It was weird.
Okay, so let's do the article you sent in then, since we're at a little bit of a light moment. So Anne Hathaway doesn't believe women hit the wall and says aging is another word for living.
Oh, yeah, I saw that
I
today.
mean, okay. My first initial thoughts are, I mean, that's a way to look at it. I appreciate that. It could be seen as delusional, depending on how you look at it.
Well,
But-
okay, so this is also coming from Anne Hathaway, who I like, but she is she's very pro-abortion, but 2, she was with somebody, they just recently got divorced within the last couple of years or broke up. I don't know if they were actually married, but they split up after a couple years ago or so, and I'm pretty sure she like tried to freeze her eggs or regretted freezing her eggs, something like that whole. So it all ties together.
So
So
is
right
it
now
like
she's
a
in the denial
birthing
phase.
thing? Like it's like I want to have kids. Like is that what you're kind of interpreting from this? Like
yeah, hold
hitting
on.
this wall is about having kids, like denying biology. Because I can see like aging, you can still act. Because that's how I kind of looked at it, where it's like, I don't think like aging is a bad thing when you're acting, because then you just fit into different roles. You're not going to be the young star anymore in a role, but you know, you can still act.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
People do that all the time.
She had infertility issues. I think she ended up having kids, but I think they've divorced since then, and like so she's come out and like said things that really align like with this line of thinking where you're like, okay, so she's older and she's doesn't think that because she wants to make herself feel better is where I'm going with that, is really what
Okay. So the actress started her career in Hollywood at the young age of 17, and she's still going strong at 40, which I can agree. She shares her unique thoughts about the concept of aging, insisting that her age is nothing more than a number. Anne Hathaway, born 82 in New York, was carved out as an illustrious career in the world of acting, establishing herself as one of Hollywood's most versatile and accomplished talents. She first gained widespread recognition for her role in Princess Diaries, blah, 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 blah. And Hathaway's career is marked by an impressive range from lighthearted comedies like Ella Enchanted to Brokeback Mountain and Rachel Getting Married, for which she received an Academy Award nomination. This is not something to be like light about. I think she actually is a great actress.
Oh, she's great. No, she's fabulous.
Her most notable achievement was Fantine in Les Mis, for which she actually won an award in the Academy Awards. And I'm actually surprised they didn't actually bring up pirates. Anyways, but lately there has been much hype online about how well she's been aging, but Hathaway doesn't really care much about how people think about her age. It's the last thing on her mind. Yet there's an article about it.
Hmm.
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 Anne Hathaway says aging is another word for living. In an interview with Today, Hathaway talked about what life has been like now that she's in her 40s. She said she's kinder to others now, and she's much better at sharing. She started acting when she was 17, and when she entered the industry, times were different. She said there was this perception that there was going to be a cliff, and that cliff would happen at a young age. In other words, she once believed that women hit a wall at certain ages, but luckily she threw out that belief a while ago. I guess in terms of like a major role where you're the absolute star,
Hmm.
but like you look at movies like Love Actually, where what's her name? Julianne, shoot, redhead. Oh no, that's not Love Actually.
Love Actually. The
Uh,
who?
let me look at Emma Watson. Emma Watson was in it. Not Emma Watson. Emma Stone. IMDb.
I'm like, who?
I think I mixed up some movies. Crazy Stupid Love. What was that girl?
Oh,
Redhead.
Emma Stone.
Julianne Moore.
Oh,
Julianne
Julianne
Moore.
Moore. Oh, the mom.
Who-
Yes.
The
love her.
mom, who is a brilliant actress and is still getting roles
Mhm.
at her age and still looking hot AF, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, she is definitely a MILF, okay? We can respect that. So thank you, Chat and Mark, for that. And yes, I had a blonde moment.
I forgot that that's her mom in that movie. I completely forgot about that.
But that's the thing, is like you think that just because you hit the older age that all of a sudden the good roles are out. No, I think you still have versatility. You just have to choose your roles more or choose your roles better, because you want to display yourself in good morality, continuity. I don't know what it is. Whatever you want to display yourself out in the world is. Hathaway is the new global brand ambassador for Shiseido, a Japanese cosmetic company that launched a new slogan, potential potential at any age.
I mean, if it's good ingredients, sign me up.
I just think it's so funny because she's like trying to live as if she's like younger, and then this slogan.
I mean, and I'm
helping her.
I'm wrong on the freezing eggs thing. She was dating somebody that was arrested for fraud like in 2004, and they were having infertility issues, but she's been married to some guy since 2012 and they have 2 kids together. So I'm wrong.
Okay.
But
she said she likes to see young people live freely without any concept of a shelf or a wall to hit. In fact, she now believes that age is just a number. When she was asked about how she feels when people compliment her on how good she looks for her age, she responded, "I don't think about age. To me, aging is another word for living. So if people want to pay a compliment, it's nice. But whatever the hype is, I'm interested in what's beyond the concept of hype." I usually just say thank you, but that's it's a lot more words she's saying.
Right? Jeez, oh.
Hathaway also shared one of her best pieces of advice she has received in her life: do unto others as you have them do unto you. I agree with that. She feels lucky that she made it to her 40s and still maintains a successful career, especially considering how young she started. Hathaway has been notably private about her personal life, but some details have been shared with the public. Married, blah, 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 living a good life with kids. So, I mean, it feels like she's happy. I think she's happy. And hey, if it's one way to make yourself feel good about what age you are, sure,
Mhm.
you can do that. And I don't think that her perception of age is necessarily delusional, as I
No.
first initially
Mm-mm.
thought. Maybe it could have
Well,
been.
and I mean, look at Amala Clooney, George Clooney.
Oh,
George
yeah,
Clooney's wife. I mean, they just
she is
had,
good.
was it twins? And she's in her 40s. So kudos to
Mhm.
her. I mean, she's super
Mhm.
healthy, like she's real skinny and she works out and all that stuff. So that also plays a contributing factor.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
everybody's different. I think as a general rule, yeah, you have to be mindful of these things. But, of course there's exceptions as long as you take care of your body and you work out, that will increase your ability to, if you want children, to have children. That will help, and that will also help your aging process too. If you're just a lump on a log eating french fries all day, you're probably going to look like this overnight.
I would definitely not want to be a lump on a log by any means. I
yeah.
think
But
I look at Chris Gore,
mm,
and
mhm.
he is, of course, he's an older gentleman. He keeps himself so young. It's actually really impressive.
Well,
It's really
Gary
impressive.
too.
Yes.
I would have
Gary-
never. The first time I heard Gary's age, I was like, I don't
I
believe
mean,
you.
I think because I know Gary more work-wise.
Yeah, but I still, like, even before that, when I watched Nerdrotic and the first time I found out about his age, I was like, there's no way. And especially with his past, you would think that he would look like, if you look at, no
He
offense,
should
Gary,
look older.
he should look very, very ragged, not rugged, ragged and run down and just awful.
He looks
Because
fantastic.
he looks amazing through everything he's been through, and his age, like, kudos. Like, I want that gene pool. Jeez.
Yeah. Which by the way, it's so funny. I love meetups, but I met some people at, I forgot which meetup, but they were like, "Oh my God, Gary's so hot." I'm just like, I don't want to think about that about Gary.
That's the dad thing. Yeah.
It's like, oh,
get it.
Daddy.
I get it. He is, honestly, I mean, Melissa will kill you, so be careful. But I think
never.
he's attractive in a I find Gary attractive in a God, what's the word I'm trying to even say? A mature way. And I don't mean that in his age, but he has come
Personality.
So yeah. I mean, he's got a good
Yeah.
personality and everything, but he's come so far in everything that he's been through and everything that he's done to himself. And, like, I mean, we all know the story. I find that attractive. Like, you go through all of that. Like, that's,
and you're a stronger person for it. You've learned that is exactly what attracted me to Mark. Like, that type of, like, you've been through something very negative, you persevered, you pushed forward, and you're not letting that hold you back from living your life. And he throw in a little bit of artsy fartsiness in that with that videos, and
I feel that same way. I feel the same way about Duke. He went through some absolute bullcrap too, and
that's
a good man.
That's the thing about experience that I think that a lot of women get a bad rap for, and I think you have to have the right type of experience. And maybe I'm projecting. Sorry, chat, if I'm projecting as a woman talking about men, that men might like this about women. Certain experiences where they learn about what you want in a partner is not necessarily a bad thing. So I hope people can learn that it's not always bad that they have so many, not necessarily bodies, but just dating, age, experience, all that stuff. If they have a lot of bodies, hey, you're allowed to have preferences. Hashtag X-ray girl is projecting. Maybe. Chat, is that a bad thing where if a woman values herself because she dated someone who was wrong for her and she realized that, does that make her hotter?
I don't know. I think maybe it's a catch-22 because if you went through like 50 sexual partners to get there, that may be a little bit of an
Sexual
eye-raiser.
partners, but like even that
yeah.
moment where that guy stood up for himself and says, "I don't give second chances." That to
Mhm.
me automatically hot. Maybe it's
That
a
was
girl and a guy
attractive,
thing.
yeah. And if it was a girl too, I'd find that I would be like, yeah, absolutely,
Oh.
get a girl. Like,
Okay,
heck yeah.
so far we have
No's.
30% saying yes. We're not talking about bodies. We're talking about rejecting potential dates. Makes her wiser. Yeah, I could agree with that. It can be a negative because part of them thinks about that guy in a bad way. Like I would think about the guy in a bad way if he, walked all over me type of thing. But anyways. We are learning. Okay, so this is very interesting.
Yeah.
As long as she's not a ring chaser like Mia Khalifa.
That woman is a walking red flag. I'm pretty sure she is the red. I think at night she sleeps and she like waves because she's the red flag.
Yeah.
Really truth.
The question D-Day was not bodies, like sexual partners. If a woman values herself and curates the type of guy she wants to date based on the personalities and what she sees on the date, does that make her hotter because she values herself more? I'm not talking about sexual partners. I'm talking about, you don't want kids, so I'm not dating you. You aren't of the same religion, I'm not dating you. I don't know. Some people like to date within their race. Maybe that could be a hot thing. I don't know. I'm just trying to.
Or she has dated in the past and it was something that was like, oh nope, this isn't what I thought it was.
I want someone. Okay, I'll give you one thing for me. I want someone who has a moderate career, but not high-powered career, because a high-powered career means that they don't have enough time to spend with me at home.
Yeah.
So something like that. Would that be a hotter thing or not as hot thing? That's just me putting myself. I'm not actually putting myself out there, but when I was putting myself out there, I just wanted an average guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, as long as she hasn't given it up. There we go. we got some yeses, we got some nos, so there we go. Okay, moderate career, meaning that they're not spending like more than the 8 to 10 hours out of the home for their job 5 days a week, and that's including commuting time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you an hour of commute time. That's pretty generous, I think.
Oh, I like this. This is interesting. Eddie, hi Eddie. Edison comes to mind. How many wrong light bulb designs does it take to get it right? Dating can be like that. That is facts.
Absolutely.
It's facts.
Okay. Bean, this is absolutely true. Mark is not average, but I'm saying career-wise, he's fits in the middle market.
He's not a Wall Street. You know, the girls that date the Wall Street guys who are gone for like 16 hours a day and then they die early of a heart attack because they're so stressed. Heck
yeah. No. But that's just a small facet of things I was looking at. I obviously there's a lot more in Mark that I found. And yeah. So wow. Okay, I feel like people could have hate on Mark. I'm so sorry, Mark. Andrew Matthews for £2 says X-Ray wanted an average guy but got uber stud Mark. Never mind.
Fact.
Thank you. Cheers, Andrew. So, we're kind of tired.
We're old and tired. It's our bedtime.
It's like we haven't streamed for a long time together, and it just like wiped me out.
Yeah. Well, you know what's interesting is me streaming by myself. The two times I did, like I found myself like losing my voice because I'm not used to doing all the time.
Talking so much. Also, Abe, I've met you. You're 37 and retired and have absolutely no idea where you fell. Excuse me, how are you retired at 37? I have questions.
CJ is, I think, about that age, and he's retired too.
So we got a couple people.
I mean, in theory, Star Wars theory, he's what,
He is
30?
not retired.
No,
No,
but he
is.
could.
He's actually, I think he's only 2 months younger than me, so he's
Okay, so
33.
he's a baby. Okay, so he's still, but he could easily quit it all
retire.
tomorrow if he wanted to. He does it because he loves it. But monetarily speaking, we all can do the math. Okay, that boy could retire tomorrow. Should he? And he's 33. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Also, his girlfriend. You know what's funny is like because we know a little bit about Theory, she is
Mhm.
exactly what I imagined he would end up with. Someone with a, you know, and then
Oh
the
yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
then the
Oh yeah. She's cute. She's so cute.
perfect. And
I
she's
hope that
gorgeous.
it's end game for him. I really do.
I
I don't know if
really
that's what he's
do.
looking for, but I hope so.
Because it would just
happy
be
for him.
I think he has such a big heart,
Mhm.
almost too big of a heart. And when he, when he
He's good
loves, it
people.
seems like he really loves really hard. So
I'm so excited.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. He has a girlfriend. He cannot retire. Depends on what the girl
he can.
does.
I promise you he can. I promise
Yeah,
you he can.
we know a little
I'm
bit.
telling you. I
Yeah.
promise you he can.
But
But he doesn't want to, which is great because he loves what he does. Why would you? But yeah. he
yeah.
did.
I mean, we don't know her. We don't know the girlfriend.
No, I don't
but
know her,
She
no.
looks beautiful. She looks kind. You know how like some people you look at a picture of them and she looks super nice.
She looks so nice.
I want to be
And
her
listen, of
friend.
course we're also all assuming just because they posted photos together. But listen, they went to Star Wars land together. So that is, if they're not dating, then they need to be.
Yeah,
He took her to the Holy Land.
yeah. He shared his literal biggest passion with her. So we're like two little giddy girls right now. Like,
I saw those pictures and I went out loud at work. And people were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
no, we
We're
just
rooting for
love
you,
our
buddy.
friends.
We're
Okay.
rooting for you, buddy.
I mean, hey, looks can be deceiving, but from what you can tell, I have to say this, people who work out tend to have a good work ethic,
Mhm.
at least in themselves.
Well, and looks can be deceiving, and you're right. And listen, we all know the bad stuff of it, but Theory, in my personal opinion, he sees through people's BS. It's one of my favorite things
Really
about
quickly.
Duke.
I think.
Duke and Theory both have like this crazy ability to see through BS, and so I don't think that he would be posting her if it wasn't if they're even together. Of course, we're assuming, but of course, I think we could put two and two together. Either way, we're going off of the assumption that they're
Pictures.
together. He wouldn't just post those, and he wouldn't be for the
Especially
millions of
on a
people that follow
channel.
him. Yeah, like that's a big thing because he's got a lot of haters. He's got a lot of just like anybody. But yeah.
Mhm. And
Mhm.
I think as long as things are going well, then I'm happy.
I'm
For him.
happy for him, and I hope they're
Yeah.
happy.
Mhm.
Yay!
Wait, Abe, how many years ago was your information? Or is it
Oh
weak?
yeah, no, this is recent. Go to the Instagram. If you're talking about Theory, I don't know who you're talking about, but if you are, but.
Yeah, I mean, like when we met Theory, he was a single man
Yes,
at
he
the
was.
time.
Yes, he
So, yes, Tugs. Where can people find you?
I'm on Twitch and the Twitters and the Instagram, all that Tug life. I don't know, to be bluntly honest with you. I'm not sure when I'm going to be back on Twitch again. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe. But I gotta make sure everything's still working, which so far is so good. This is my test
I think
run.
you're looking absolutely good. Your quality is good, and yeah.
But yeah, so yep, and yeah, this is my new setup for those of you who followed me for a while. We're that trailer life now with my wonderful, amazing boyfriend. So
I know your whole schedule now based on your calendar.
Oh, back there, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. We'll have to write code.
So you can find me, Extra Girl, Rumble Locals, YouTube, as well as, of course, here, and of course on Human Cyborg Relations. As you heard earlier, we are going to do Dadcast. I think we haven't 100% like committed to this,
Yeah,
but our Tuesdays, where we usually game at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, we might be taking over on this channel to talk with some dudes who are
Gross.
proven dads, husbands, boyfriends, whatever you want, partners.
Should we also extend this to like guys who may not be actual dads but are daddy?
Who is daddy in the chat that aren't actual
I feel like
dads?
everybody in this community, for the most part, is daddy. But mostly, I was thinking if we can get Star Wars theory, watch all the girls just lose their minds.
I don't want to call Star Wars theory. Yeah, I can't even say that. I can't. Oh,
You
no.
know somebody somewhere does.
You know
I'm
what?
just saying.
Star Wars theory isn't a bad-looking dude. Okay, I can admit that, but I could never call him that.
I can't call any guy that. It's so weird. Like Pedro Pascal has leaned into it. Everybody calls it. It's so weird to me. I can't. No, it's so weird.
I call Mark the puppies to my or dad to my puppies. So I'll be like,
you do.
I'll be like, oh look, daddy's going down the hall, and I have to like catch myself sometimes because I actually call my father, my own personal father, because I'm a infantile child, daddy sometimes, but not in like a it's just like I call him because I called him daddy since I was a kid. Yes. I love my dad, though. I love my dad.
Listen, on a serious note, in my personal belief, if you are a normal, healthy, mature woman, I don't mean mature in age, but I just mean like mature, you don't call your spouse daddy. Like, unless you're talking to your kids. Yeah, unless you're talking to your kids and you're like, hey, go see what daddy what daddy's up to.
Yeah, it's a reference.
But like, I'm talking, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, no, stop it. It's weird. Go to therapy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, hey, daddy, what's up? No, that's cringe. No. So, yeah, I only do it when like the puppies are related in the conversation.
So weird.
Go to daddy. Daddy is gonna take you for a walk. Oh, daddy's getting up to get you breakfast.
And somehow it got kinky.
Yeah. I think it's weird. It's really weird. You got issues.
Enough.
No.
Enough, please. It's weird. Stop it. Go to therapy. Go to therapy.
Oh my god. The puppy daddies are here. Okay, we need to go because we're tired. Because clearly we can't like have a good conversation. Much love to you guys. Thank you, the mods. Thank you to the chat. Thank you for all the super chats. Oh, is there one more here?
I don't think so. No, you just didn't.
We already got to that. Yeah, we forgot to unhighlight it. And let me just check real quickly on the Streamlabs side. Nothing there. Perfect. So look at the community section as well as our Twitter. We will post if we do a dad cast. I will definitely put the link up early so y'all will know if it happens at 8 p.m. because I know we are competing with, of course, TNME. But guys, don't you want to talk with some daddies in the fellowship? Sorry, I can't do that seriously. Because we got a good list. We got a good list that I want to get through.
To your daddies, your fellowship daddies.
Oh, so thankful.
Yeah.
We got a good list. We got a good list. We got Epic Mike, who was in the chat earlier. Okay, I'm gonna reveal my wish list, and if you guys have more, please do. We got Epic Mike, Gary, Garrett, Paul Chato, Nick Cada, Score, Shadiversity, Stuttering Craig, Kelly Jones, Benny Johnson. Is there any we missed?
Is Drinker a dad?
Doggy Dad?
Is he? I don't even know if he's married, to be honest.
It's really late for him, so it would have to be like earlier.
Oh, that's fair. He's like 16 hours ahead. That's right.
Yeah.
Being dramatic.
If you guys have any daddies in the chat that you want to see on Dadcast, I'm going to say it like that.
Daddy Cast?
Daddy Cast? A DILF Cast? And drop it in our chat, on our Twitter, all them good things.
Yeah.
And yes, Mark,
the
you are on
Discord.
that list too. Okay, I actually legitimately have you on this list, I just gotta say. As well as Adam Krigler, because I think it would be interesting to see their takes. See, wow, Drinker has fathered many unknown children. How you know really creeps me out. I'm not gonna lie.
For better connections, I'd invite the great Matt Walsh.
Okay, Mr. H review. Okay, there we go. We got some good Mr. H reviews. I don't know who that is. I don't know who's
know that these are actual dads. Are they dads?
I know Kamala is definitely not a dad. At least one that he knows of.
I don't know that Snow Dove is either. I could be wrong.
Okay, so they're on the list of. We'll bring them on that time of the month because clearly they missed that.
I think we should. If we turn it into Daddy Cast, then we can have anybody.
Okay, Alan Ing, you're right. You're right.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we have QBG. We have QBG. So yeah, I'm not calling QBG daddy
the
though.
ultimate dad. The ultimate Mike and Mike. I feel like Mike, Gary, and QBG are like the ultimate dads. They have so many kids.
I love them. Between all of them, they could have a full soccer team, basketball team, football team,
little army for the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Don't need anything else but the kids. Little Knights of the Round Table running around. I don't know who that is. Snow Dub has Snow Kid. So Snow Dub, I don't know who it is. But
that's right. Snow Dub does have Snow Kid. I forgot about that. Not bad.
He's going on the daddy list. I hate saying that.
Oh my god.
But anyways, chat, you've been amazing. I'm so sorry for calling so many people daddies. I blame the wine. Tugs, I miss you and I love you, and I'm so glad that we got to hang out.
I miss you too. I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, so we are going to go. I'll see you guys later. Love you. See you next week. Bye.